My name is Jason Winikoff, and I love drums a lot. Immediately after college, I moved to Zambia to work as a drum set instructor at a music academy. When not teaching, I would study Zambian music with a variety of traditional and contemporary Zambian drummers. I always asked my teachers, where are the best drummers in Zambia? And the answer was always the same. Go to the Northwest, study with the Luvale. When I was finally able to take their advice, my life changed forever. The first time I heard Luvale drumming was the most intensely I'd ever been moved by music. I remember thinking, this is how music is supposed to be. I've been working with various Luvale groups and organizations ever since. I'm a student of a few different drum and dance troupes who I'm occasionally granted the honor of performing alongside. I also work with the Lukumbiliamize Cultural Association, dedicated to the promotion, protection, and preservation of Luvale culture. In this culture, ancestors and natural spirits return to the living world through an elaborate masquerade theater known as makishi. The term makishi refers to more than just the sculpted masks and knitted bodysuits, though, for appearance alone doesn't make an ancestor. Proper makishi performance also involves the portrayal of specific character personalities. As there are dozens of types of makishi, a performance must be accurate in order to evoke the correct spirit. So it's also through action that makishi make their identities known, and much of this action occurs in and around dance. When makishi dance their identities, they usually do so to the sounds of energetic communal singing and polyrhythmic drum ensembles. Spectators may join in the song or dance, ululate their approval, or just simply carry on with life. But each of these participants, the drummers, singers, spectators, and makishi themselves, are acting in the drama in some way. The supporting actors in this theater are any and everyone who choose to interact with the makishi. The stage is just wherever the spirits go. Culture dictates the expected patterns of interaction amongst these participants. My research is concerned with the sound of these interactions. Every one of these participants helps collectively create the sonic landscape of makishi performance. These players use sound to convey the correct spirit. And so I listen to makishi performance. Performance of each spirit sounds a certain way. More specifically, I'm concerned with the timbre of makishi performance. Simply put, timbre is sound quality or tone color. Scientifically, it refers to the relationship of a sound's overtones. These overtone patterns are so unique that we can determine the source of the sound just by hearing the timbre. Timbre is why a trumpet and piano playing the same pitch for the same amount of time at the same volume still sound different. Timbre is why sounds different from, and why we immediately know what each of those sounds is and how it was created. This is because timbre is tied to production. Air moves differently in everyone's body as vocal cords, nasal cavities, and diaphragms are all shaped uniquely. Plucking a string activates different overtones than blowing air through brass. Overtones resonate with different strength when sounded in different environments. So timbre can tell us things like who created the sound, how, and where almost instantly. Every sound has timbre, and timbre helps define the sound. So what, I ask, is the timbre of makishi performance? How does each actor contribute to the collective timbral profile? Do drummers use timbre as a means of organizing and teaching their music? How? Do specific costumes change the timbre of dancers' steps? How do makishi modify the quality of their voices? These are just some of the questions that drive my research. I believe that actors in a makishi performance collectively create a specific timbral profile for each spirit. But why, you may ask, do I care so much about timbre? First off, every sound has timbre. Should we ignore it, we overlook a distinguishing aspect of the sonic experience. Secondly, my studies with Luvale drummers have shown me that proper timbral execution is vital to drumming for makishi. For example, you can't drum a slap tone when you were supposed to play a resonating open tone. Third, believe it or not, focusing on timbre battles stereotypes. For centuries, people have used rhythmic complexity to separate Africans from Westerners. But there's more to African music than rhythm, and intricate musical rhythms don't make Africans inherently different from anyone else. A focus on timbre also decenters Western musical priorities, which tend to valorize things like harmony, melody, form, and rhythm. Most of the little work that has been done on timbre revolves around Western music. But there is so much we can learn about this aspect of sound by listening outside of this narrow cultural frame. And so I discussed great Luvale drummers with the same sort of reverence that academia usually reserves for Mozart. Drummers are the unsung heroes of Makishi Masquerade. If my focus on timbre can promote and highlight their efforts, all the better. And if this same work can help document cultural heritage, protect cultural memory, and give this culture a new space to grow in, then this is research that matters. But this is also public research. My community partners and I are hoping to deposit a lot of the audio and video I collect into Zambian Luvale archives. We're also planning on recording an album of traditional Luvale music whose sales will go back to the community. Furthermore, I will create a chapter of my dissertation that's a multimedia website to increase visibility and broaden readership. We have a lot of ideas and we'll see which ones come to fruition, but we're dreaming together for a bright Luvale future. In Luvale, you say Vaka Chinyama Hangatwayoya, which roughly translates as, the Luvale people we still live on. This references the fact that through Makishi Masquerade, Luvale life extends beyond death. It is my hope that this ethnographic research will similarly help Luvale culture live on. Hangatwayoya.